interactive. That's the key to my sessions. So this is not for me, this is you. I'm here to learn. Okay, so I need to hear back from you as we do this today. So let's get started. Let's find out who you really are. It may surprise you. And this is for everyone in the room. Scenario number 1. You are trapped in an elevator with 4 other people, a woman and her 8-month-old baby, also an elderly couple celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary, which makes them, fairly old. The rescuers say that they must get all of you out quickly because the elevator is about to fall. They reach for you first. What do you do?
No.
Do you allow the rescuers to take you out first, or do you allow others to go out before you?
B.
B. Everybody who says B, raise your hand. Wow, y'all are some selfless people. Who's going out first? A.
The old people go out first.
You don't have time to think. What are you going to do? A or B?
I'm thinking the baby.
You gotta let the kids go out first.
So kill the old people. We're in trouble now. We're in trouble. Oh, man. Okay. All right. No right or wrong answer. We're just trying to figure out who we are. A few of your friends create a fake social media account using the name of a new male student. They use this account to send messages to the quarterback of the football team saying he wants to hook up. They tell you about it and say they're about to send a similar message to a male teacher. They want you to join in. What do you do? Do you say yes and go along and send the message? You say no and refuse to participate? Do you say no and explain to them that this is wrong and you shouldn't do this? That'll get you beat up. You say no and report the incident to someone in authority. What do you do? All A. Show of hands. A. B.
Maybe.
You say no and refuse to participate. C. Tell them it's wrong. You give them a good talking to. And you say no and you gonna snitch?
B and D.
C and D.
You gonna snitch?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Starting to get to know who y'all are. Okay. Third scenario. You finally get the position you've been dreaming of, shift manager for the store you worked for 2 years. What makes it even better is your best friend is about to start working with you. A few weeks later, your friend texts you to say she is going to be a couple of hours late and asks you to take her badge and swipe her in so she won't lose her hours. You know that would make her paycheck short. She won't be able to get the new iPhone she's been saving up for. What do you do? A, do you agree and swipe her in? No big deal. You say no, which causes your friend to lose the hours. Which one do you do? A, you gonna swipe her in? Okay. You're going to swipe her in? A? No. B, you say no. She's going to lose her hours.
She's on time. It's called manager affairs.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. Another scenario. Derek presents his teacher with a doctor's note showing that he was sick during the midterm exam. It was discovered later that Derek changed the dates on the doctor's note to the days of the exam. He explained that he had been sick the week before the midterm, was not able to study, but he recovered on the date of the exam. Since he felt unprepared, he changed the dates on the doctor's note to include the days of the exam. He really was sick. Wow. Okay. What do you do? Not what do you do. Okay. What do you think? Did Derek lie about being sick? Did Derek have a good excuse for not being prepared for the exam?
Well, you never know.
He was sick,
you never know what he was going through, so.
That's right. He was really sick before the exam. And it sounded like a good
But it
excuse.
wasn't okay for him to change the date, though.
Yeah, I would have
That's
talked to my
right.
professor and explained the situation.
Right. Yeah. And so what we're seeing is it gets a little more complicated. It was pretty clear with the elevator. Either you let people die or you let them live. These get into little gray areas, well, he was sick, and I can see he had a good excuse for not being prepared, but he probably shouldn't have lied. Okay? Next scenario. While entering the classroom for a final exam that could determine if you pass or fail the class, you realize that you forgot to leave your cell phone in your locker as instructed. You ask the teacher if it's okay to keep it. She said, sure, but just don't look up any answers. You study really hard, but you're not sure about the answers to 3 questions out of 50. The teacher has stepped out of the room, and you're tempted to look up those 3 answers. What do you
Throw
do?
the phone.
Get rid of that temptation. Devil, you're alive. Do you take this opportunity to Google answers?
Yep.
A? Let me see if your hands A. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, there's difference between getting that scholarship. Do you ask a friend to keep a lookout for the teacher and promise to share the answers? B? Boy, y'all call it. Do you resist the urge to look it up and just take the chance of missing the answers and possibly failing the class?
That's me.
That's you. You're gonna fail the class?
Well, the thing about it, it says possibly, which means I could.
You could, yeah. So,
And it was only 3.
It was
So,
only
I mean,
3.
Like, I feel like 3 out of 50.
Yeah, 3
you
out
know,
of 50.
it's not worth taking
Yeah.
that chance.
Yeah, good point. I didn't think about that.
okay. Yeah, that's still a 90. It's still a A or a B. Sean and Tiffany have been texting back and forth for over a month now. She is one of the hottest girls he's ever talked to. They are not officially dating because she is a high school freshman and he is in college, and her dad doesn't approve. Although they have not had sex, they have done lots of sexting. Late one night, he gets a snap from Tiffany. It's a picture of her laying naked across the bed. She sends him an eggplant emoji. I don't know what that is. But what should he do? Should Sean snap a picture of what she wants to see and send it to her? Should he delete the picture and send back a thumbs up? Should he delete the pic and confront her about it later? That's wrong.
Just leave her alone.
Should he save the pic so he can show it to his best friend? A. Should he delete the pic and just say, good job? It's the whole point, right? Should he delete the pic and confront her about it later and say, you're a bad girl, don't do that anymore? Or should he show it to a friend? That one's hard, isn't it? Nobody wants to answer that one. We'll see later on what he should have done. All of those scenarios were meant to say one thing. How people judge you, ultimately, your character, that picture they get of you, it comes down to the choices you make in those situations. And some were real easy, some were a slam dunk, some are very complex. Like you say, well, it's only 3 questions out of 50. Or, yeah, she can get a new iPhone, later on when she gets more hours. And then the actions that you take. What do you do about people can train you and teach you all your life on this is wrong and that's right. Yes.
I would say character is what you do when no one's watching.
Absolutely. And I think that's a slide later on I use. But that's exactly true. My mom used to tell me, don't do anything to embarrass the family. What she was saying is, you're not going to be in my sight. And I'm not going to be there to guide you through these decisions. So do what you would do if I were watching you. It's what you do alone. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, you come to that red light, there's no police officers around, do you run it or do you wait for it? It's what you do when no one's watching. A minor sends a nude picture to his or her partner, and the partner later forwards the image to his friends and classmates after the couple breaks up. Is that inappropriate or is it illegal? How many people say inappropriate?
Yeah, it depends
Well,
on the age.
what I mean exclusively. Is it only inappropriate and not illegal, or is it inappropriate and illegal?
I think it's inappropriate.
Both.
Yeah. It is definitely illegal. The reason I put that in there is I had a situation a few months ago where I had to intervene in a situation similar to that. Similar to the one that I used about the older guy with the younger girl. Not very much older. He was 18, 17, about to turn 18, and she was 15. And he filmed them having sex. Well, she held the camera. And because she held the camera, he felt like it was consensual. Guess what? Doesn't matter. She was 15. He was 17, can be tried as an adult. It's illegal. Not only to film it, to take pictures of it, but the person you show it to, and if they spread it around, they have taken party to it. And this is the penal code that states that. Not only the person committing the crime, but anyone knowingly participating in that also. And I added that one in there because that has become more and more prevalent. And people just aren't aware. They think, oh, if I get caught, we date each other, this is consensual. No. And especially after you break up, a lot of people have done revenge porn and those types of things. So just be aware of that one. And so character is, like you said, it's what you do when no one's around. Character is that image, that picture that people have of you based on your behavior, the choices you make, the actions you take. It's kind of like a banana peel. You know, you can kind of tell when the banana is ripe, it's overripe, it's rotten, based on what it looks like on the inside. Doesn't mean you can't eat it. It just means you're going to make a judgment about it. And so I'm going to show you some pictures of people. And you can shout this one out. I want you to kind of shout out the first word that comes to your mind when you see that picture. Doesn't matter what the word is. Just whatever comes to your mind about that person. Okay? No right or wrong answers.
Oh, the president!
Former president.
Oh, sorry.
Stability.
What's that?
Stability.
Stability. Intelligence.
Determination.
Determination.
The first black president.
Photos of a black president?
First black president.
First black president. Yeah.
Empathy.
Empathy.
We good people.
Yeah, good people. Look at that. Those are all words I want people to say about me. But I can't be the first black president.
Woman beater.
That's
Woman beater.
That was the first thing I thought.
Confident woman beater. Anybody else? Talented woman beater. Yeah. I said, first word was woman beater. Wow. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
But that's okay. No wrong answer.
Smart.
Smart.
Courageous.
Courageous.
Yeah.
Leader.
Faith.
Faith. Yeah.
Joke.
Joke.
Narcissist.
Narcissist. Okay, that's enough on OJ. Let's move on.
Oh my boy.
A little more complicated, huh?
No, it ain't complicated.
What's the word?
A joke.
The joke. Yeah.
Mixture.
Yeah. Mixture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it complicated. Kind of like those scenarios.
Pariah.
They're not all black and white. They're not all easy. And that's our character.
Bipolar.
What's that?
Bipolar.
Bipolar. Yeah.
Cut off.
And this is not in the script, but everybody I've talked to about Kanye, he gets a pass. Why? Because he ain't been right since his mama died. That's what every person says. Yeah, since his mama passed. Y'all know who that is?
No, I don't.
Evil.
That's Harvey Weinstein. He's a producer. He's basically the start, ground zero of the Me Too movement. So you may not be familiar with him.
So, question mark.
Yeah, question mark.
Oh, talented.
Yes. Now, Chance the Rapper.
Oh, strong.
Elegant.
Beautiful.
Elegant. Beautiful.
Gone, girl.
Oh,
Smart.
smart.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Egotistical.
Narcissist.
Need Jesus.
Need Jesus. Yeah.
Rich.
Rich.
Evil.
Evil.
Business.
Allegedly rich. Yeah.
Businessman.
Businessman. Allegedly.
Oh.
Champion.
Strong.
Strong. Champion.
Ditzy.
See?
Beautiful though.
Beautiful.
That's Ariana Grande?
Yes.
Okay, I just had to make sure I was with the time.
Ooh, Power couple.
Power couple.
Evil.
Rich.
Evil.
Yeah.
Rich.
Why that?
Yeah.
It's on the inside. I know he got like some evil stuff going on.
Yeah. But that's how character is. See, it's complicated. One person would say rich, beautiful, talented, evil. I mean, see how diverse those answers are.
Sad.
Sad. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, just Bill Cosby to me.
Just Bill.
Powerful.
Powerful. Winner.
Bold.
Bold.
Strong.
Strong.
Courageous.
Courageous.
Talented.
Talented.
Powerful.
Powerful. Selena Gomez.
Auto-tune.
Auto-tune. Translation. Can't really sing.
Rich.
Rich.
Legend.
Oprah Rich. It's even a phrase. You Oprah Rich.
Forerunner.
Forerunner.
Impactful.
Impactful.
Very
Why you don't like Tiger?
Mm.
Like the goat.
What's the word?
Goat.
Goat. What's the word?
I'm hungry.
No. I need your word. I want to hear your word. Your silence speaks volumes. Man, it was sure easy with Chris Brown. It just,
No, I would say he's a nympho. I know that's inappropriate, but that's
no, it's nothing inappropriate. We're all adults. Now, let's have a conversation about what you just experienced. Watch how easy it was for some people. The word's just talented, courageous. And then some people right away, woman beater. Let's go back to Chris Brown. Your first word was a woman beater. Is that all he is?
no, sir.
No. He's also talented. He's also somebody's son. I mean, there's all this other stuff to him. But that banana peel is also, it's something. It's woman beater. Bill Cosby. Is that all he was? Is this guy who, did what he did? No. I mean, he was a trailblazer. I mean, he was on TV when you weren't on TV doing what he did. Same way with Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, and this is one important fact about character. Look at his accomplishment. PGA 11 times. Record holder for money. Varden Trophy. Recipient of the Brian Nelson Award 9 times. But the first thing people remember is what? That worst day of his life. He's got a Tiger Woods Foundation. He helps kids and old people and animals, you name it. But he has to wear this character flaw, the stigma, which we all have. We all have character flaws. The problem is some of those character flaws get accentuated because they are celebrities. I wouldn't want to be a celebrity because the things I did when I was that age, I wouldn't want y'all to know about it. But guess what? Social media makes us all celebrities. Just like you judge those people, OJ, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, yeah. Guess what? Because of social media, we are now all celebrities. We are all one tweet away from losing our jobs. But here's the thing I want you to know. You're more than your worst day. Every one of those people, no matter what you think about it, and they are complex, they're more than their worst day. No matter what you feel about them, there's more to them than what you saw and what you said. But whether it's fair or not, that is what people think of you. That becomes your character. Let me give you some talk about what happens now with social media. Now you're all celebrities. I'm a celebrity. When you get ready to have your job, or to get a job, know that your employers now look at your social media footprint. I talked to a couple of HR people to kind of verify this. I knew it to be true. I've worked in HR. Now it comes down to candidate A and candidate B. Both have the same, identical resume. We're going to look at the social media footprint. Why is it important that a company does that?
Is it wise to just delete all your social media?
No,
Okay.
that's not wise.
Okay.
What's worse than having a bad social media footprint is having none. I'm telling you, it's suspicious. It's like having no credit. What do you mean you're having credit? You never bought anything, you never loaned. So no, it's not wise. There's some things you can do to clean it up. But no, when you have none, that's a red flag. That means you've gone and erased it, or tried to erase it. It's never erased. But 70% of employers look at it. But why do you think employers want to do that?
Check your character.
What's that?
Check your character.
Yes. Later on, if they have to fire you, most likely it's going to be over something like that. If you don't, every employer has on their website, these are our principles, our mission, our values. We value diversity, we value, community. And then one of their employees does something that goes against that, and that's why it's important. 48% say they check up on current employees. When I was in industry, every time I logged onto my computer, you know what the IT guys put on the front of that computer, and you may have it here at Lone Star? Don't expect privacy when you log onto this system. You are monitored. Now, we go past that, kind of like we do in our iTunes agreement. Yeah, I agree. We don't know what's in it. We just hit it. But you are being monitored because you're on their website. 34% of employers say they have fired people. And we're going to have some examples of that right now. Hiring managers don't hire someone due to their social media presence. For what reasons? What are some reasons they just say, nope, not that one?
I guess inappropriate things, sexual things.
Inappropriate things,
profanity.
sexual things on your
It could
site.
be how you dress.
How you dress. I have a whole other presentation on that. But you're right. Sometimes they'll look at how you present yourself. Anybody else?
I would probably say also too maybe what a person shares on the social media.
Yeah,
page,
your
'cause-
judgment.
Yeah, because I would think what you share, you agree with.
Yeah. Reposting things.
Yeah.
So I didn't write it. I just reposted it. Well, that goes to your judgment. Here are the things, like you said, provocative or inappropriate photos, information about drinking or using drugs. That's what Michael Phelps. I mean, he didn't film it. Somebody else filmed it, but he's smoking a bomb. Made discriminatory comments about race, gender, or religion. Badmouth previous company. Lied about qualifications, had poor skills. Linked to criminal behavior. Shared confidential information. That's a big one. People have gotten fired at the company I used to work for.
Yeah.
For releasing confidential information. Had an unprofessional screen name. Lied about an absence. I know a guy that happened too. He was out on a back injury, and the insurance company caught him, mowing grass, picking up heavy things. Let's go to some social media. Oops, this has happened. This is real stuff. A 19-year-old daycare employee was fired for sending a Snapchat picture to a friend. I swear I love these kids, giving them the finger.
Wow, she wasn't supposed to have her phone anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah, she wasn't supposed to have her phone on. What's the worst part of this story? She posted it. She could have had a bad day at work and just gave the finger to the kids. She decided to take a selfie and post it. She's a celebrity now. This one, she says, just got a job at Cisco, have to drive to San Jose for my fat paycheck, even though I hate to work. That seems benign. That's almost nothing. But guess what? Somebody worked for Cisco, saw it. You hate the job, don't worry. Don't come to work. Lost it. these girls, they were, I don't know if you remember,
Wow.
remember that one. You know, in Ohio, I worked there once. And they filed criminal charges on them. And I'm sure at the time it just seemed funny. You know. Yeah, this is a brainiac here. He was peeing in a bowl of tacos, you know, nachos. What was his excuse? We didn't serve it to any customers. They filed charges on him because it hurt the brand. Brookfield employee fired because of a racist tweet. What's up, y'all? And serving these rude blank white people. What's the worst part of this story? She posted it. I did dumb things when I was her age, but nobody saw it. Little League World Series, they had the title, and they decided not just to gloat, but to shoot the finger to their opponents. What do they teach you in Little League? When you finish a game, what's the first thing you do? Sportsmanship. You walk through and shake hands. And they gloated, lost the trophy, stripped them. I remember this one. She was flying into South Africa. She was a staffer. The best job you can have coming out of college. And she tweeted, you know, going to South Africa, hope I don't get AIDS. Nah, I'm white. It won't happen. They fired her. This poor girl, she was a staffer too, and decided to come in about the Obama kids, you know, act like you're in the White House and not at a bar. And, you know, they fired her. And I remember her mom being on TV saying that, but she's a good girl. And I believed her. She is. But she was in a position, you know, of where she had, and the famous one, the woman working on the Popeye's chicken. I was actually doing this same one a few years ago, and her nephew was in the audience. He said, well, that's all right, she went viral. And she got another job. She's working at McDonald's now. So, lesson not learned. The point is that we are all celebrities now. Just like you judged those celebrities and came up with words on who they are, that's what people are judging you for. The worst part of all those things was they posted it. We don't have to post everything. The internet is not a library, it's a dumpster. Anybody can go on the internet, put anything, so don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you see. Because with AI technology now, everything is not true that you see. Check it out before reposting it. Is this who I am? Would I have written this? If you wouldn't have written it in the first place, don't repost it. And don't post inappropriate pictures or videos, especially knowing the legality around some of them. Even before I do these scenarios, I make sure that all my clip art and all those things, I have copyright. You know, I go and do that right, because someone could be sitting in the audience and say, hey, that's a picture of my nephew. Or like you said, that guy looked like someone else. If in doubt, don't post it. Don't forget the internet is forever. You cannot delete it. Kim Kardashian found that out when she's trying to delete her sex tape. You can't. Everybody's got it. A few reasons why character matters, because that's what people are looking for. I can determine your competence from a resume, because your skills are there. I can determine your commitment from a resume, how long you held jobs. I can't determine your character from a resume. That's where the internet comes in. And that's where they go to look for your character. Is this person going to be trouble for my company? When it comes to college admissions, when it comes to employers. Closing thoughts. Good character is like the banana peel. We talked about that. It talks about your judgment. The true test of character is what you do when no one is watching. Great. Ability may take you to the top, but most people fall not because they weren't good at their jobs, because they had character flaws. That's most of the people we read about, character flaws. Tiger Woods is still a great golf player, but that character flaw got him. And we all make mistakes, right? But it's what you do afterwards. It's how you perform afterwards. And remember, your worst day is not your only day of your life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was interesting.
All right.
All right, thanks, Rob.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. Anybody have any questions for Robert?
What you have a degree, I'm sure, right?
Yes, and it has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
My degree is I was a civil engineer, piping design. First part of my career, I worked in oil and gas, downstream, refineries in Louisiana, all over the country. Then I got into training in the latter part of my career after I went into management and realized I like teaching people. And so I became a training development manager, worked overseas, a lot of time in West Africa, in the Mideast, in Asia. And so now I do training and development, leadership development.
Anybody else?
Yeah, when you were talking about the social media and how the employers look and everybody, I'm kind of wanting to know, are they still able to view people's profiles who have their pages set up as like private? Are they able to still look at this?
No and yes. So what employers have decided is legally it's dangerous for us to just spy on our employees. So they've outsourced it to companies who can get around a lot of that, because a lot of them now have enough lawyers that say, yeah, this is like doing a background check on anything else. They can find out if you had a warrant. They can find out if you've been convicted of a crime. They can also find out now if you've done anything that goes against what their company says are our values. So the employer probably won't do it, but they've outsourced it to other companies to do it. And even if you got your, like, say, Instagram set on private, your Facebook may not be, or your, Snapchat may not.
Do you have stuff linked sometimes?
Yeah,
You don't know, I posted it
and
here,
people
right?
have tagged you into things, and so it's hard to hide.
Right.
And so one of the things I tell people, Google yourself. And every now and then, just Google your name. I Google mine, and there's a guy wanted for murder. He's dead now, but it's the same name I had. And I'm like, man, I drive the speed limit. But Google yourself from time to time, and then look at your social media account as someone else looking at it. And especially once you graduate and you get ready to start looking for a job, when you're doing your resume, make sure that your resume reflects your social media footprint. So go do some cleanup. Unfriend some people, because you know how they roll. They just tag you and stuff, and set up your account, especially Facebook, where people can't tag you, where you have to approve it. That's how mine's set up.
Yeah.
I have to approve it before it gets posted.
Anyone else? I had a question. If you have messed up,
Yeah.
how do you get it back? How do you change it?
Depends on how big the mess up was. So we talk about those celebrities, Tiger Woods, it takes a while. You just get consistency. If your mess up is online, there are now cropping up a lot of businesses now, just like your credit got bad and you want to repair your credit. Now they have businesses that repair your online presence. And you can hire a coach, you can hire a mentor, or one of those businesses that'll go through and clean it up. But a lot of it you can do on your own. I mean, if the mess up wasn't illegal, if it was just say, hey, I tweeted something racist, or I tweeted something homophobic, or I tweeted something, then you just go take it down, and hopefully they don't dig too deep. But most of those employers who do it, they just kind of do a cursory look.
Social media, I'm sorry.
No, go
It
ahead.
can be scary at times, because you know how sometimes you want to post, oh, I'm here, and then out of nowhere, your friend is there, and it's like, how did you get, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, because now, again, you're a celebrity. You have to think just like Ariana Grande. You have to think like Kim Kardashian. When I post this, 1 million people are going to look at it.
Right.
And people you don't know. And like the girl, the Cisco, she thought she was just sending that to her little circle. Mm-hmm. And somebody at work was probably tagged to somebody else, and they saw it and they snitched her out, and they said, we don't want you coming to our company. Not because of what you said, but your judgment. Right. The judgment of posting it. Why would you post yourself flipping the bird to kids at the daycare?
Right.
On the clock. Okay, you did it, you had a bad day, but you posted it because you thought it was cool. Because you thought it was just going to be your friends.
All right. Any other questions? Get them out. Thank you, man.
All
Why
right?
do people screenshot stuff? No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks again. You gotta give them a round.
All right. Thank you.